Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, all of you can see the screen properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's start with the today's topic. Um, that is from yesterday we have started learning about the ERP, and yesterday we have discussed regarding the definition of ERP, the various characteristic of ERP, etc. Now today our point is regarding the evolution of the ERP. So all of you must be knowing what do you mean by the evolution. Like in each field there used to be the evolution. If you think about the human being also evolved from the different stages. So you can think about the evolution is nothing but the step by step development in any case. Okay, or step by step development in case of human or any technology or in any other cases. So that is nothing but the evolution. And today our point is evolution related with the ERP. Okay. Now, if I ask you the what do you know about the evolution of the computers? So yes, can you tell me about the evolution of the computers? Yes, anybody? From when the evolution in case of the computer started? Yes, all of you have got question. Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the evolution of the computers. All of you understood what I am asking?
Sir, 1930,
Hmm.
computer was evaluated firstly.
Yes, from 1930 up till the now, still there are the lot of changes are happening in case of the computer. Okay, so similarly, that kind of evolution also happen in case of the ERP system. So that is the meaning of the word evolution. It is nothing but the step by step development in case of the any case. Now here we are going to study the step by step development in case of our uh, information system, for example the ERP system. Okay, now from when actually this started? So this started from the period 1960. Okay, when from the 1960. Okay, so in the 1960 the people who are working in the industry, okay, they felt that they should have the some kind of what we can say, the kind of automatic system which will keep the record of their inventories and which will manage their inventories, which will control their inventories. Now what do you mean by the inventory? What is the meaning of the word inventory?
Raw material.
Any kind of material. Now if I ask you,
Material.
the inventory related with the car manufacturing company, there is a tire, wheels, metals, okay, fiber components, glass. These are the raw material. Understood? In the similar way, if I ask you the inventories required for the computer manufacturing, what can be it? In case of the computer manufacturing, inventory,
Mother, mother,
different
motherboard,
component,
memory,
motherboard, RAM, IC,
mouse, computer.
cables, metals, etc., etc. So in the 1960, the people working in the different industry, they started thinking that they need the kind of automatic system. Okay, they need the kind of automatic system for the purpose of managing the inventories. Okay, got this point. And that is the time, when that particular time we can think about, that was the computer development was in the good position, as compare, as you said, the computer start from the 1930. So up till the 1960, computer were in the good position. Okay, the kind of if you see the size of the computer during the 1930 and the size of the computer during the 1960, there is a huge difference. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Also, kind of functionality that we are getting from the computer in the 1930 and the kind of functionality that we were getting from the computer in the 1960, there was also a lot of difference. Memory were increased, processing power of the computer were increased, etc., etc. And that is the reason these people from the industry started thinking, why should not we go for utilization of the computers? For what purpose? For the inventory management and the control. Understood? And that is the first stage where there is a what we can say, the automatic system as a computer comes into the business management. Now, for what purpose? In case of the inventory management and control, there is a utilization of this kind of information system, which is by utilizing the computers, through the computers. So the main objective of inventory management and control is to what? Is to ensure that the optimum level of stock is maintained in the warehouse. What? Optimum level of stock is maintained in the warehouse. Means what? The main objective of the
सर
IMC.
म्हणजे ते स्टॉकचे जे लेवल आहे ते वेअर हाऊस मध्ये त्या
स्टॉक म्हणजे
क्वांटिटी
काय
मध्ये
येतं?
अवेलेबल
रॉ
पाहिजे ना.
मटेरियल. स्टॉक म्हणजे काय येतं? रॉ मटेरियल. अंडरस्टूड? येस ऑर नो? Stock means what? Any kind of material. Correct?
येस सर.
So main aim of the IMC, I am calling it in short, IMC stands for the inventory management and control, to make sure that optimum level, in the sense, the what you can say, the satisfactory level of the material should be maintained in the warehouse. Warehouse, you can say warehouse as a godown. Correct? Warehouse means what?
सर जिथं आपण मटेरियल वर स्टोअर
Material
करतो.
आपण तिथं स्टोअर करतो. अंडरस्टूड? So that was the main objective of inventory management and control initially, ki using these kind of inventory management and control, which the company were started utilizing with the help of the computers. So their main aim is what? की युटिलायझिंग दिस सिस्टीम वी शुड एन्श्युअर दॅट की आपल्या कंपनीच्या गोडाऊन मध्ये हे मटेरियल अवेलेबल आहे की नाही, ह्या गोष्टी आपण त्या सिस्टीमनी चेक करू शकू. कुठल्या? इन्व्हेंटरी मॅनेजमेंट अँड द कंट्रोल ॲज अ फर्स्ट काइंड ऑफ व्हॉट वी कॅन से first kind of information system which were started utilizing on the computers. Okay, first kind of modern information system, you can call it as. Understood? So first kind of modern information system we are referred as what? The inventory management and the control. Understood? So using these IMC, number of activities were getting done. Now what kind of activities? Setting the targets, identifying the material requirement, monitoring the material uses, reconciling the inventory balances, and the preparing the reports. सो ही जी सिस्टीम होती कुठली? इन्व्हेंटरी मॅनेजमेंट अँड कंट्रोल ॲज अ फर्स्ट मॉडर्न इन्फॉर्मेशन सिस्टीम विच यूर स्टार्टेड युटिलायझिंग ऑन द कम्प्युटर्स. तर त्याचं मेन ऍक्टिव्हिटीज कुठल्या परफॉर्म केल्या जात होत्या? युझिंग दॅट सेटिंग द टार्गेट्स, की आपल्याला फॉर एक्झाम्पल in this month how much raw material we are going to require, that is the setting the targets. Then identifying the materials, की कुठलं कुठलं मटेरियल आपल्याला लागणार आहे, material requirement. Monitoring the material uses means what? Whatever the material you are having, whether it is getting used, whether it is getting utilized correctly or not. Reconciling the inventory balance, की material किती शिल्लक आहे, and the preparing the report for all these things. That was nothing but the main activities were performed utilizing the first modern information system, which were referred as the inventory management and the control, which were being utilized with the help of the computers. Understood the first stage in the evolution of the ERP?
Yes, sir.
That is what the inventory management and the control, which were started in the 1960. And for what purpose it is started, how it is being utilized, what kind of activities were get performed because utilizing the inventory management and control, these all these things we are discussed here. And in the this first modern information system, only there is a entry of the computer itself. As I am saying, the modern information system, we cannot say the modern information system until there is a utilization of what? Computers. That is the main difference between the traditional information system and the modern information system, where we have discussed number of times. In case of the traditional information system, there was a no utilization of the computer, but in the modern information system, there is a utilization of the computers. Okay, so this is the first stage in the evolution of the ERP, or we can say the first stage towards the modern ERP system. Then there comes the second one, that is the MRP1 in the 1970. MRP1 stands for the material requirement planning. Okay, second was what? Material requirement planning. Understood. Now, after some times, after in from the period 1960 to the 1970, the people who are working in the production department, they feel that the technique of the IMC, the techniques of inventory management and control were not efficient and the sufficient method of ordering of material. What they started feeling कि IMC का है, IMC is not the sufficient technique or the efficient technique for the ordering of the material. Means what? They started feeling some of the drawbacks of the IMC. Yes or no? In the 1970, the people from the production department, they feel that this system is not efficient and the sufficient for the ordering of materials. Means what? They started finding some kind of drawbacks in the IMC. Yes or no? All of you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
what kind of drawback exactly? Now let me tell you the drawback first. Okay, and then we can say what was the solution they have find out for that. Now IMC, okay, IMC, one main thing related with the IMC is what? IMC planning, the in case of the IMC planning takes place independently without considering the dependency among the materials. That is the main thing related with the IMC. What? In case of the IMC, inventory management and control, planning or decision being takes place independently. Independently in the sense without considering the dependency among the material. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean? Without considering the dependency among the material. Yes, planning takes place independently without considering the dependency among the material, which is in the similar way I have written here using the IMC, procuring a single material in the isolation. It is happening in case of the IMC. Procuring means what? Procuring a single material in the isolation means what? Yes, that is the same thing I have related here. In IMC, planning takes place independently. Independently means what? Now, what kind of activities being happening in the IMC? In the previous slide, we have discussed what kind of activities getting done using the IMC. Yes. what kind of activities getting done using the inventory management and control? Yes, all of you are listening me.
IMC मध्ये identifying materials, monitoring and uses balance,
Yes,
preparing
yes. ह्या गोष्टी,
reports.
yes, in IMC what is
The
happening,
stock material store.
की कुठलं
Raw
मटेरियल
material.
रिक्वायर्ड आहे, identifying that material, ordering that material, these things are happening, but these things are happening independently. That is the main point. Independently means what? Without considering the dependency among the material. Now what exactly it means? Let me give you the example. Suppose there is a computer manufacturing company is there. Which company? Computer manufacturing company. For example, take the example of Lenovo, Dell, etc., etc. Now, in order to manufacture the computer, what kind of material is required? In that already we have discussed. We require the motherboard, we require the RAM, hard disk. These are the material required. Understood? Now, if the company just able to give the order of hard disk at a time only, using that hard disk only can the computer can be get built?
No.
No, other
No.
materials is also requiring, correct?
Yes, sir.
Like if you are manufacturing the computer, there are the different material using which the computer can be built, and so we can say these materials are dependent on each other. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if the company is ordering the hard disk, motherboard, it should order the RAM, other ICs, etc., etc. You are getting my meaning.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But
Yes,
these
sir.
kind of facilities were not available in case of IMC. You got the drawback.
Yes, sir.
So IMC was procuring the single material in the isolation. Procuring म्हणजे काय? Identify करणे आणि order करणे. So IMC was doing what? Collecting the material in the isolation. Understood? So while ordering the raw material, IMC were not considering the dependency among the materials. Was that is nothing but the drawback of the IMC? Yes or no? All of you are agree?
Yes, sir.
And that is the reason there was a need of the second stage, that is the material requirement planning. Understood? And because of the drawback of the IMC, production planning department felt that it is not the efficient and the sufficient method. Understood? Why they felt it is not the efficient and the sufficient method for the ordering material? Yes? Got the drawback of the IMC?
Yes, sir.
And that is the reason I have mentioned here, procuring a single material in the isolation did not serve the purpose of any company, of any industry, as the planning required, as the planning cannot be done independent of each other. When the planning is need to be done, the dependency has to be considered. In case of the manufacturing company, if the planning has to do related with the manufacture of some computer, while manufacturing the computer, that planning department, production planning department has to think which are the materials are dependent on each other, and by considering this dependency, then only ordering can be given as a whole material requirement order. Instead of giving the isolated material requirement, the production planning department felt that we should give the order as a all the material which is required to produce that computer, instead of giving the order of material in the isolation, one material first then another material, like that. So that was not the what you can say, that was as a considered as a drawback in case of the inventory management control system. As I have written here, computer cannot be sold to the customer even if the single part is missing from it. Is it possible? आपण असं कॉम्प्युटर आपण खरेदी करू का एखाद्या कंपनीकडून?
No, sir.
We want that computer should have all the parts will present in that. Understood? Now, so what was the case in case of the material requirement planning? They failed. If you want to produce the computer, if you want to produce the car, we should give the order of all the material at a time. You are getting? We should give the order of what? All the material at a time instead of giving the order of material one by one. Now you are getting? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And this has become possible in case of the material requirement planning, where because of utilizing these kind of information system, that is the second stage information system, it become possible for a company to give the order of all the material at a time instead of giving the order of material in isolation one by one. Okay. And hence for the ordering, every part required for the production need to be ordered at a time, and this particular aim is satisfied by the second stage of information system, and that is nothing but our second information system, that is the material requirement planning. I would refer it as a MRP1, which was started in the 1960. So using the MRP, I have mentioned here, through the MRP, master production schedule can be built and inventory record provide the information on products that are to be manufactured, the material needed for the manufacturing, material in the stock, material that need to be purchased, etc. etc. तर मटेरियल रिक्वायरमेंट प्लॅनिंग मध्ये IMC चे पण फीचर होते, आणि एक्स्ट्रा फीचर ऍड केला होता तो कुठला, की बिकॉज ऑफ द युटिलायझिंग द MRP सेकंड, all the material requirement order can be given at a same time, at a one time. So that feature were added in case of the MRP first. Understood the second stage?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's see the next, that is the third, manufacturing resource planning, which is here being mentioned as a MRP2, and which were started in which period? 1980. Now name of the third stage in the evolution of ERP was manufacturing resource planning. Now if you think about our previous two evolution stages, first was the IMC and second was also related with the material requirement, that is the material requirement planning. In these both the cases, which resource management is being getting done? Using the previous two stages we have discussed, कुठला resource manage केला जातोय त्यांनी using that previous two stages of the evolution? Which resource is getting plan and manage and control? You got the question?
Efficient and sufficient material.
No. First tell me which are the general resources present in the any company or business. First tell me which are the resources, general resources available in any industry or the business or the company or the enterprise or any organization. Yes. First tell me the answer of this question. Which resources are available?
Main material, machines, and
Exactly.
money.
4M, main material, machine and money. Correct. Now using the IMC and using the MRP1, which resources is getting handled? Which resource is getting controlled?
Material.
Exactly.
Material.
That is I am explaining.
Material.
So using the first two stages of the evolution, only the material is getting handled. मग मटेरियल हाच एक रिसोर्सेस आहे का कंपन्यांमध्ये किंवा ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये?
नाही.
नाही.
No.
अदर थ्रीज आर ऑल्सो देअर. विच आर दॅट? मेन, मनी अँड द मशीन. करेक्ट? Main, money and the machine. So in the IMC and the in MRP1, is there any arrangement of managing these three resources? Yes. Yes or no? In the IMC or in the MRP1, is there any way of managing these resources?
No.
No. And for that reason, the third stage of the information system comes, that as the in the case of the evolution of ERP, can I call the ERP as the information system word interchangeably? Can we utilize this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And this is the third stage in the evolution of the information system or the evolution of the ERP, that is the manufacturing resource planning. Now, this third stage where not just for the material, this third stage we are handling the man, money and the machines also. The same thing I have mentioned here, though the MRP1, here I should say the MRP1, though the MRP1 served its purpose very well, the need was failed to get more function in its ambit. More function in its ambit म्हणजे काय? More function in its what we can say, in the list of its functionality. Understood? The need was felt to get more function in its ambits, and it was realized that material was not only the resource important to the organization, the importance and the contribution of other resources, namely man, money, machine, was recognized, and this led to the evolution of MRP2. Not just it is required to handle the material resource, apart from the material resource, it is also very much essential and required to handle the other three resources also, which are main, money and the machine. And to satisfy these need, there was a evolution of our MRP2, which stands for the manufacturing resource planning. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
And this MRP2 uses the basic logic regarding the order of material, as well as it utilize the information to plan for machine capacity required. आता MRP2 मध्ये पाठीमागच्या दोन ज्या आपल्या the previous two stages functionality is also included or not?
Yes.
Yes. So stage by step, just development is happening. Okay, what was the drawback of the previous? That drawback was trying to what we can say, that drawback was trying to be eradicate in the next stage. Same thing is happening in the MRP2. की previous to चा drawback हा होता की त्याच्यामध्ये मेन मनी मशीन हँडल केलं जात नव्हतं, and in order to handle that, the third was developed. And same thing I have mentioned, the MRP2 uses the basic logic regarding the order of material, that is the material management. Also, the machine capacity required, the things related with the handling of the machine is also added in the functionality of third stage. Also, handling of the manpower, importantly, what handling of the manpower is also, the handling of the manpower functionality is also added in the MRP2, as well as handling of the money, that is the cash flow, that is also added in the MRP2. Now that is the reason we can call the MRP2 as a complete information system as compared with the previous two. Can we call this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. As further, I have mentioned the same thing. As the title suggests, the MRP2 is the method of planning for the resources of the organization, and it includes the different things like operational planning, sales planning, financial planning, human resource planning, etc., etc. These everything can be done by utilizing the third stage of our information system, or third stage in the evolution of ERP, that is the manufacturing resource planning. And here comes our last stage in the evolution of ERP, that is nothing but the ERP itself, the enterprise resource planning system. That was the period of 1890. Understood? Now in the previous three, what was the drawback that might be get handled using this system? Can anybody tell me? Yes. Now you know the drawback of IMC, you know the drawback of MRP2, and you know the drawback of IMC, including the MRP first. Now, what I'm asking, what was the common drawback of these previous three stages in the evolution of ERP that is getting handled using this ERP final stage? Think on this.
No linking in all.
Exactly. In the previous three stages, we have not used the single word related with the integration of information system. Yes or no? Correct? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And that is the reason comes there was a need of this system, and this system get evaluated. That is our final enterprise resource planning system. That is the final stage in the evolution of ERP. So after utilizing the information system in the isolation, आता प्रिव्हियस ज्या स्टेजेस मध्ये त्याच्यामध्ये इन्फॉर्मेशन सिस्टीम यूज होत नव्हते का कम्प्युटरवर होत होते information system were getting utilized, but that system were not integrated. That different functional department were utilizing the information system that were not linked with each other. That different business units which are utilizing the information system, they were not integrated with each other. And that drawback was handled using the final stage, that is the enterprise resource planning, which were started in the 1980-90. Because you must be knowing, in the 1980-90 period, there was a huge kind of evolution in case of the networking system also. There was a evolution of the internet also. All of you agree, yes or no?
Sir.
And that
Yes,
is the
sir.
reason it become possible to integrate the information system, to link the different departments together. And hence, after utilizing the information system in the isolation separately, the people from the industry felt that there is a need of the integrated information system, and that need were satisfied by this modern ERP, which was started in the 1980-90. So this technology employed permitted the linking of several users of the same organization located across the globe. Located across the globe म्हणजे काय? लोकेटेड अक्रॉस द ग्लोब म्हणजे काय, की जगाच्या कुठल्याही लोकेशनवर जर तुमचे रिसोर्सेस असतील, तुमचं मॅन पॉवर असेल, तर त्या सगळ्यांना कनेक्ट करणे पॉसिबल झालं कशामुळे? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस फायनल स्टेज ऑफ द ERP. गॉट द पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this has become possible because of the utilization of the internet, intranet, LAN, WAN, etc., etc. And also the point yesterday we are also discussing the characteristic of ERP. The new client server technology also lead to the birth of ERP. So main component in case of this ERP is nothing but this client server technology. I hope all of you are agree. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And so we can say here ERP includes all the capabilities of not just the MRP1, MRP2, but the final ERP include the capabilities of IMC, MRP1 here, I should say MRP1 here, capability of MRP2, and it is nothing but the natural extension for all these things. So natural extension for all IMC, MRP1, MRP2 is nothing but our final ERP systems. Okay. Now some other points also I have mentioned here. The ERP provide the enterprise-wide tools for planning, forecasting, scheduling. All the things can be done utilizing the ERP. Planning can be done. Forecasting in the sense what can happen in the future. अंदाज लावणे. Okay, planning करणे. That can be also done. Scheduling can also be done. Scheduling of the manpower, scheduling of the machine, etc., etc. All the things come there. ERP provide the guidelines for process of various decision making. As you know, the main role of the information system, and one of the good example of information system is the ERP. So the main functionality, that is the decision function, can be done easily. ERP coordinated the total working of all function of the enterprises and ensure that the company function as a one cohesive unit, but not the isolated units. So if ERP get utilized, all the business units can get linked with each other, all the functional departments can link each other, and to that we can consider the system is working as a single unit, as a one cohesive unit, not working in the isolated manner. So ERP improve the overall functionality of the organization as well as the productivity, customer service get improvement, customer quality of product get improvement, material management get improvement, inventory management get improved, etc., etc. And an effective and the efficient ERP system help the reducing the production cost, which enable the company to be more competitive in the in more competitive and more advantageous in this competitive market. So because of the ERP, production cost can also be get reduced. This also we have discussed number of times in the benefit or in the advantages of the information system. So this is the point. An effective and the efficient ERP can help the any business for reducing the production cost, and if the production cost get in decrease, definitely the profit of the company can increase, and the share of that company in the market can also get good value. And last point in case of this, not like the MRP2, that is the main thing you should understand here, not like the MRP2 which was runs once or twice in the month. Okay, this was the also another drawback related with our previous three information system, that is the IMC, MRP1 and the MRP2. Can anybody tell me this? Unlike the MRP2, MRP1 or IMC, which was run once or twice in the month, due to the lack of speed of the part of the mainframe computers, where the ERP could be run number of times, or modern ERP can be run frequently as required. Can anybody tell me the meaning of this? Yes. 60 in the period of 60s and the 70s. Yes, yes, carry on. Yes.
फर्स्टच्या दोन स्टेजेस आहे तर त्याचं स्पीड कमी आहे ॲज कम्पेअर टू ERP सिस्टीम.
कशामुळे असं?
they run once or twice in month.
पण
and
वन्स और ट्वाइस रन करावं लागतं, कारण स्पीड कमी असल्यामुळे आपल्याला तो रिझल्ट लवकर मिळत नव्हता ना. यू आर गेटिंग?
yes sir.
Why this was so? Because if you consider the speed of the computer which were present in the 1670 period and the speed of the computer which is present in the 1990 or 2000 period, which computer were having the higher speed or the higher processing power? Yes. Definitely the computer which were present in the 1990 or 2000 period. All of you are agree?
Yes, sir.
And that is the reason, that is also another advantage of the ERP. You can run